If you're shopping for a brand new Toyota or really any vehicle from any automaker, you've probably caught yourself asking this question: should I spend more money upfront for the hybrid version or just stick to the gas only? Most people assume that the hybrid equivalent automatically saves you thousands of dollars, but is this actually true? Specifically for the Toyota world in this video, I'm going to break down the true real cost of owning a Toyota hybrid versus a regular gasoline combustion only, including fuel savings, overall maintenance, reliability, things like resale, and one cost that almost nobody really talks about. A little later in this video, make sure you stick around. I'm going to mention and talk about why and when buying a non-hybrid Toyota vehicle, or really any non-hybrid vehicle, might make sense the most. Also, everyone, if you want to learn a little bit more in-depth information about the Toyota hybrid powertrain system, I'm talking about how it operates, how it works, what to expect in terms of maintenance, in terms of efficiency, how to improve efficiency, then you can get yourself a copy of a free 50-page long ebook guide that I'll leave a link to in the description below, and you can get yourself that. And if you appreciate Toyota hybrid content like this and free content like this, then consider subscribing to the Toyota World YouTube channel. It would really mean a lot to me. Let's take one of Toyota's top sellers, the Toyota Corolla, and compare the gasoline versus the hybrid. For example, the gasoline option non-hybrid Toyota Corolla averages around 35 miles per gallon, combining the city and highway driving. Now, if you take the hybrid Corolla equivalent, it gets roughly 50 miles per gallon combining city and highway. So average this out. If you take the price of fuel right now, which for us it's floating around $1.70 a liter, and you take how much you drive, let's say you drive around 20,000 miles or kilometers if you like per year, that's a potential few $1,000 savings over the course of 12 months on fuel only. Where you can have the upper hand in terms of fuel efficiency on a Toyota hybrid versus a non-hybrid, that is if you do more city driving. That's where the bigger savings really come. Why is that? Well, because hybrid Toyotas recover energy when braking and can operate on electric power only more often at lower speeds. That's exactly where traditional gasoline engines are least efficient. So the key takeaway here is heavy city drivers actually save the most on Toyota hybrid vehicles when comparing against the non-hybrid equivalent. Point number 2 here on the hybrid versus non-hybrid, and that is that Toyota hybrids actually have less wear and tear. Is this true? Well, let's take a look. Here's something many drivers and potential customers of Toyota hybrid vehicles don't really realize right away, and that is that Toyota hybrids often experience less wear and tear than their gasoline counterparts. The hybrid system helps reduce stress on the gasoline engine because the electric motor shares a lot of the workload. In terms of wear and tear, what does this mean for your Toyota hybrid vehicle? It means less gasoline combustion engine strain. It means less idling. It also means less starter wear, and it also means less transmission wear. Now, in terms of the transmission in Toyota hybrid vehicles, they use for the most part what's called an ECVT hybrid transmission, and it is one of the most reliable transmissions ever built. Point number 3 on comparing against a hybrid and a non-hybrid, if you're still on the fence, and that is that the hybrid battery fear is mostly outdated. When people hear anything related to the hybrid high voltage battery, they immediately imagine something like a $10,000 plus repair bill. But the reality, modern Toyota hybrid batteries have proven to be remarkably durable, with many Toyota hybrid batteries lasting way beyond the 10-year mark, which is actually past the manufacturer-backed warranty for the hybrid-related components, and lasting way past the couple 100,000 kilometer or mile mark. This hybrid technology isn't really experimental anymore because the Toyota hybrids have now been on the road for decades. The big myth for hybrid-related component repairs, specifically the hybrid high voltage battery, is that they fail constantly, but the reality is most owners never even have to service or repair one during their ownership with that Toyota hybrid vehicle. Now, I'm not saying that Toyota hybrid high voltage batteries cannot fail. Of course they can, but major engine and transmission repairs on gasoline vehicles can be just as expensive or more and happen more frequently. The absolute secret weapon when it comes to comparing hybrid versus non-hybrid is resale value. Here is where most hybrid versus non-hybrid comparisons completely fall apart. You see, when people calculate the cost of ownership on a Toyota hybrid vehicle, they usually only focus on something like fuel savings or maybe even overall maintenance costs. But what they don't calculate is the resale value that a Toyota hybrid has, for example, over a Toyota non-hybrid vehicle when it comes time to sell privately or trade it in. A well-maintained Toyota hybrid vehicle makes for one of the most highest demand pre-owned or used vehicles that someone can buy. And why is that? Well, because the used car market absolutely loves low fuel cost and fuel savings when you're talking about a used car buyer, because they're already looking at saving money. So adding the benefit of having a lower fuel cost on their ownership or during their ownership just checks off more boxes. Also, what drives up the price for a Toyota hybrid trade-in or sale privately is the fact that the brand new equivalent is quite hard to get. And I mean, there's not an abundance of them available. So scarcity sometimes does drive up the demand and drive up the price, which only helps the used car market when it comes time to trade in or sell your used or older Toyota hybrid vehicle. Now, let's be fair to this video and review. There are some times when a gasoline only Toyota might make more sense for you compared to something like a hybrid Toyota. Keep these 4 points in mind when you're trying to decide between hybrid and non-hybrid if you drive very little each year. And when I mean little, I mean you drive the vehicle for, 15 to 100 kilometers or miles one day, and then it sits parked for the rest of the week, and then you drive it again the following week for the same amount of driving or time. This probably wouldn't be the best ideal situation for something like a Toyota hybrid vehicle, because they want to be driven. You've got to use that hybrid powertrain system. Batteries pretty much all work very similar. And what I mean by that is when batteries sit stagnant or sit still for too long, it tends to speed up degradation, which is not entirely the best thing for a Toyota hybrid vehicle. So if you're driving very, very infrequently or not often, consider getting the non-hybrid counterpart of that Toyota vehicle. The second point where you might not benefit the most in terms of overall fuel savings really compared to the non-hybrid Toyota vehicle that you're looking at is if you do a lot of highway or freeway driving. So if 90+% of your driving is on the highway or freeway, just consider and understand that you are not going to be able to maximize really the hybrid fuel efficiency savings when compared to something like the gasoline version. Third point here is if you only are looking to keep this vehicle for a very short period of time and you're not really looking at overall ownership or overall maintenance cost, and you're not really looking to benefit and you just need a vehicle for a short window or short period of time, then yes, spending the premium or the upgraded cost upfront of getting a hybrid versus a non-hybrid just might not make sense for you. The fourth point that I want to make if buying a Toyota hybrid versus a non-hybrid may not make sense, and that is if you're able to find a massive incentive or a huge discount for the non-hybrid equivalent. Depending on where you're from and where you're located, there might be interest rate savings, or there might be manufacturer rebates. If you can pick up the non-hybrid option significantly less than the hybrid equivalent, well, then it may make more sense for you to go with the non-hybrid option. Now, my personal advice is, even aside from all those 4 points I just mentioned, the hybrid is still the way to go because they do drive and perform better, and you will enjoy the experience of ownership with the hybrid versus the non-hybrid, in my opinion. But if you're looking at those 4 points and they all hit off for you, then the hybrid advantage does become a little bit smaller. So which one is really going to save you more as a viewer and potential customer? Which one are you going for? Hybrid usually does win and check off all the boxes. You get better fuel economy, less drivetrain wear, proven reliability, super strong resale value, and an overall low cost of ownership. I hope you enjoyed this video topic and review. If you did, smash a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.